Welcome to Talk Law Radio with attorney Todd Marquardt of the Marquardt Law Firm at marquardtlawfirm.com.
Howdy, South Texas on KLUP, 9:30 a.m. The Answer. Also on 6:30 a.m. The Word on Saturdays at 11 o'clock in the morning. Also, check out our show on Sunday afternoons, KLUP 9:30 a.m. at 4:30 in the afternoon. Hey there, Houston. It's Todd Marquardt with Talk Law Radio, KNTH 1070. You can find us there. Also on Facebook Live, YouTube, and talklawradio.com. Now it's time to discover your legal issue blind spots by listening to me talk about the law on the radio. And today we're going to be talking about South Africa with Johan. But first is the financial focus segment with Jacob Warren. Jacob is a financial planner with Financial Planning HQ. Him and his team with Steve and Jacob, they work alongside each other to create inspiring financial strategies for families and business owners in San Antonio. Jacob has been a financial advisor for over 10 years and is passionate about helping young business owners plan their financial success. Jacob loves the outdoors and, most importantly, being a husband to his wife, Catherine, and father of their two kids, Arthur and Camille. Jacob, thanks for joining us.
Yes, happy to be here again, Todd. Thank you.
Continuing with last week's segment on helping young business owners, what are a few things they can do to get ahead of the game for their own personal financial planning?
Yeah, great question. I think this is going to sound very simple, but the easiest thing, first step to do is to just start investing in general. Start out small, whatever you can afford when you're just starting out, and get into the habit of doing those contributions, whether it's monthly, biweekly, whatever it is that you're doing, and build that habit and get used to it. That way, once you start making more and more money as a business owner, you get used to increasing that. And it has, let's say you open a business in your 20s or 30s. I mean, you've got 30, 35 years of compound interest on your side. Also, there's like a multitude of tax benefits along the way, especially as a business owner, to saving lots of money. So it's just a great habit to build. And I recommend to people, even if you're just doing $20 a month, $50 a month, just start doing something, build that habit, and it'll really help you out in the long run.
You know what I found that worked for me is to have it deducted from my paycheck.
Yes, that makes it a lot easier for the people that are not business owners. But when you actually have to, write the check, we don't write checks anymore, but send it yourself, it's different.
You can still do it the same way.
Yeah.
You just have an automatic deduction from your payroll.
Of course, yeah.
If you run the payroll yourself, or if you don't, just get with your payroll company or your CPA or your bookkeeper,
right,
and ask them, how can I have this go from my business bank account to my personal financial investment account.
Exactly, to something you can't touch for many, many years, which is good to stash it away. Another good thing to do is to hire a great financial planner, financial advisor who can kind of surround you with a team of experts, whether that's attorneys or CPAs, bookkeepers, like you mentioned, and have those people giving you high quality advice on what to do. Because as a business owner myself, I can attest to that. There's just so many hours in the day. There's so much you can do. Not worrying about the financial part of your personal finance, and having somebody do that for you is a huge benefit and time saver on your end as well.
Yeah, well, hiring a financial advisor sounds complicated.
Right.
What are some good questions to ask a potential advisor?
Yeah, so very, very important when you're interviewing financial advisors. The first question I would ask after going through that initial consultation would be, how much money in dollars and cents is this going to cost me? And how do you make money? It's vitally important to ask that for multiple reasons, but the number one being you want to make sure that your advisor is charging you a flat fee. I think that's the best way to work with a financial advisor. That way you know exactly what you're paying. There's no commission-based sales products and things like that. But the most common is, the assets under management model where an advisor charges you 1%, but it's good to know what it is in dollars that you're paying, because if you're not a big money person, you just hear 1%, you say, okay, that sounds fine, but that adds up a lot over the years.
Right.
Something else I would ask an advisor is, outside of money management, what else do I get from working with you? And are you able to help me build a team of experts that can really make sure that myself as a business owner am protected against multitudes of risk, and that everything is taken care of and you have a good team behind your back giving you quality advice?
So what subject matter experts do you collaborate with to get high quality advice?
So there's a few estate planning attorneys like yourself, Todd. It's great to have an attorney on your side that can give you advice, bounce ideas off us, make sure that you're not making any huge mistakes and that you are protected. For a business owner, it is incredibly important to work with a good CPA. And if that CPA is also a bookkeeper, that's great. But if you're working with a separate CPA and a separate bookkeeper, it's important for them to be on the same page. An insurance expert. So, if I go through a financial plan with a client and I see, okay, you need some liability insurance, you need your, E&O, you need some life insurance, I can kind of direct you, contact this person. This is the exact type of policy that you need, and here's why you need it. And have that person kind of go through the underwriting process and all that. So you have kind of like an outside eyes looking on everything that you have and giving you advice in that way, which is great. And of course, the big thing with financial advisors, everyone's like, managing assets, money manager. You want to have a good asset manager on your team giving you good advice, making sure that you're not, too conservative in your investments or too aggressive, just right in accordance with your risk tolerance.
Right.
And just one more thing on that is having all of these subject matter experts communicating with each other is a huge benefit to your clients. And I can talk about yesterday and today. So yesterday we had a meeting with one of our ideal clients, and we had everybody on her financial team in one meeting discussing a very serious event that happened in their life. And everyone's on the same page. The money manager knows what he needs to do. The CPA knows what he needs to do. The attorney knows everything that's going on. So we're communicating and having all of these people know exactly what to do when things happen. And that's a huge benefit. You don't want to have people in silos. You want to have everyone working together.
That's really great because I just experienced the opposite recently, where I had to be the quarterback. The CPA is in a city far, far away. And the financial advisor's local, but they've never met each other. And there's been a life event that necessitates everybody to communicate. And so I had a meeting with each one of them to find out what information they had that I needed.
Right.
And then we're going to have another meeting with all of us together, but, we've never met.
Right.
And so it leaves me wondering what's been happening all of these years, that they have been operating in silos, and
Right.
what could have been the result if we had all been in communication over the last 15, 20 years.
Exactly. And I think as a financial advisor, that's kind of like your job, right? You mentioned the quarterback. That's my position, is making sure that everyone's on the same page, working together, giving you the highest quality advice. So, yeah.
Yeah, and I think that professionals know a lot of people, but I'm not sure that they're always on the same team.
Agreed. Yeah.
So if you can pull that off, I think that that's a good reason to call Jacob.
Yeah, definitely do call. If we want to have an initial consultation, we can certainly do so. But that's the level of service we offer at Financial Planning HQ, whether you work with myself, Joseph, or Steve, we all do the same thing.
Awesome.
Yep.
What else can we expect when you work with a client?
The biggest thing that we offer, we do the financial planning, of course, and as a result of that, you get advice. So you get really just a document of these are the things that you need to do to be successful, and these are the things we want to start working towards. The biggest thing that my clients pay me for, and this is what I tell my clients when they hire me, is you're paying me for the accountability piece of it. These are recommendations that I'm making to you to be successful. You're paying me to do so. We need to get these done. And the accountability, making sure that clients do the things that they need to do, is the biggest part of my job. And that's the biggest benefit of working with us, for sure.
I've seen some of my own clients that, might not take my advice. They think that their financial advisor is just offering suggestions for them to consider. And I'm wondering the same thing you are. If you're not going to take advice from a professional that you've hired, then what are you doing?
Why are you paying me? Yeah, it's a good point. I mean, that's what we're getting paid money to do.
So outside of traditional money management, what are other services that you provide?
It's really the coordination and collaboration like we spoke about earlier. So making sure that your team of subject matter experts is all together, working together. The money management is just a part of it, but our goal is to get our clients' financial house to a perfect 10, to where they know that regardless of what happens, market downturn, somebody passes away, things like that, they are taken care of, and they have a direct point of contact that knows where everything is, which would be our team, and really just help them be successful. So it's a lot more than money management. It's a very important, but it's a small part of what we do.
Awesome.
Yep.
Well, we're ending this segment, so I'd like you to tell our listeners what you can offer them. Do you have any resources?
I do. I have a financial planning book that I offer to clients, complimentary, of course. It does come with an initial 20-minute phone consultation where we talk, about values and goals. We're not talking about products or, trying to sell you anything. And from that, we can see if we're a good fit to work together and have our initial financial roadmap meeting, which is really our process starts there. And it's a great conversation, about an hour long, where we talk about your values, goals again, and really put everything on paper. It's really a great experience. And if you would like to schedule one of those, receive the book and consultation, the phone number to reach me at is 210-444-2128.
444-2128. All right, we got to take a break. Next up, we'll be talking about South Africa. Stay tuned.
This has been Talk Law Radio with attorney Todd Marquardt, brought to you by the Marquardt Law Firm. You can learn more at marquardtlawfirm.com. And be sure to listen to the full Talk Law Radio show Saturday mornings at 11 on 9:30 a.m. The Answer.
Most families don't realize they have hidden legal blind spots until it's too late. Wills, trusts, Medicaid planning, even protecting a business. These are the kinds of issues attorney Todd Marquardt helps uncover before they become problems. Todd is the host of Talk Law Radio, where each week he guides listeners through the legal challenges families, veterans, and business owners face, while showing them the practical steps to protect what matters most. Catch Talk Law Radio, Saturdays at 11 a.m. on 9:30 a.m. The Answer, 6:30 a.m. The Word, and now in Houston on AM 1070 and 103.3 FM The Answer, or anytime on YouTube. Planning isn't just about documents. It's about peace of mind, security for loved ones, and building a legacy that lasts. Don't wait for a crisis. Do it before you die.